Hi everyone. I made a super Hi everyone. I made a super simple box. On YouTube, I see many people teach how to make a box to beginners as an easy project. So I set a 4-hour time limit on this project and tried to finish it as quick as possible. I actually made a few hand tools to make it even easier prior to this challenge, but anyways, I just wanted to show the reality of a beginner project to my fellow beginners. Let's see how it goes. So I started to cut wood and used the Warikebiki to speed up the process. I just found it's good to score it with a grain just like when you do a hand plane. And oh, yeah, it's been almost a year since I started YouTube and woodworking, and I still have super high motivation to entertain you, but I doubt myself if what I've been doing is good enough. And also I feel this channel gets a little sloppy, so if you have any idea or request for the improvement, please advise. Anyways, I was so happy with these 3 pieces that I'll use for the bottom of the box. And these are the side panels. I'll cut each of them into 2 pieces later. Okay, now making a groove for the box bottom. I've already spent 40-50 minutes on the cutting process, so I have to rush. But this process has lots to do with the clean finish, so I went a little bit careful. Then my favorite router time. Here's the thing I found about the router plane. To make a clean groove, I should care about 3 faces of the wood in the most cases. So I should read 3 grain directions like the picture. The one side is easy as the bottom and the wall have the same grain direction, though I still made a knife line to protect the edge. On the other hand, the other side may cause an accident, especially when shaving near the surface. I tried to be careful, and sometimes when I sensed the router blade may catch the grain of the wall, I left it and used a chisel later to clean it. And it's super straight, but it took almost an hour to complete. Moving on to the miter cut, I messed up here. As these are the cutting target lines, I used a knife to mark them, but this won't make a continuous miter. Anyways, that happened, so I just went with it. Oh, and I was happy to use this Tomedai jig, but probably I said it already, I'm not a fan of a miter joint, to be honest. It's just like when I thought about this quick box making challenge, the miter was the best choice for the quick fabrication, and it's always good to try something out of my preference to bottom up the skill level. So I made this jig and went with it. This process also took about an hour, so I had a little over 1 hour left. This is the 3-piece glue board. I'll show the close-up shot later, but it has no gap. And let me tell you the hand plane tip I learned. When you plane a board edge until a target line, it's good to chamfer the edge until the target line from both faces first, and then shave off the middle part. This really helps when planing the end grain. It reduces the resistance. And then I chamfer the edge as it will go into a groove. After roughly sanding the inside of the side panels, now it's time to assemble the box. Trust me, it was a pretty nice square when dry fit, but I think I put too much glue and my working time was too slow that caused the glue to harden a little bit. There's a tiny gap which made a mess later. I got this clamp based on the result of the miter joint when making the miter jig, and I was confident to close every joint nicely, but it wasn't that easy. It's basically my clamping position was bad, and it went a little off the square shape like the picture. I think it's good if I have some spreader kind of stuff inside, so the box doesn't go out of the shape. And this clamp actually had bumps inside that damaged the wood. Anyways, the time is over at this point, and it took additional 1.5 hours to make the lid and do the finish. Here's what I made. I wasn't able to make it within the time limit, but that's the reality at my skill level. If you are a beginner just like me, even if you are a power tool guy, I still think it's worth trying it by hand tools with the time limit. I mean, you can learn things that you can utilize when using power tools, like you know why an edge gets sometimes fuzzy when using a powered router, and also sometimes the end of the board chips. It's not just about the cross or long grain. And the time limit made you think how efficiently you can do fabrication, like the cutting methods or changing the order of the processes. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would be happy if you liked the video and happier if you subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestion to my video, it's also welcome. See you!